Hi FlossTube, this is Robin. Welcome back to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch, so hopefully you are here to hear about cross stitch. My channel name is Lady Robins, and that's also my account on Instagram, so you can find me here on FlossTube, you can find me on Instagram. I'm all over social media, it seems like. I am thrilled to have my subscribers back, and if you're new, welcome. I'm glad that you have stopped in. I hope you find something to inspire you and get you stitching. Sit back, relax, we'll just have a little chat today about cross stitch. It is Monday, it is the 1st of June. Happy June, you guys! We made it through May. Maynia is in the books. I had a fantastic Maynia. This is my very first year participating in Maynia. I tried it a little bit last year. I was so new. I didn't have any idea what I was doing. I just heard lots of people talking about starting things, and I started a couple of things and then kind of lost my way, but this year I started a new start every Monday, so I started 4 new things, which was super fun, and I thought that I would recap what I started for you and show you what I stitched on this week, and we can talk about plans. Today, it's hot out. I'm just going for Diet Coke. I love a good Diet Coke. How about you? Are you guys having a good week? Personally, I'm having a really good week. I know that nationally and globally, it's not such a great time. I'm not going to talk about that because it's too triggering for so many people, and I don't want to feed into that. So I'm going to keep it light and happy. I'm going to talk about stitching. I'm going to talk about my plans. I'm going to show you I had one purchase. I purchased something and I'm super enthused to show you what it is. So without further ado, let us have a Maynia recap. So 4 new starts, 1 on each Monday. I'm going to grab my stack of project bags over here. And I just thought we could go through them together really quick in case you've forgotten what I was stitching on. So the first one I started was my beloved Bent Creek. So I started the Candy Corns of Mischief, in case you'd forgotten. I don't know if you can see that very well because of the glare. Hopefully that came through. And I got quite a bit of progress on that guy. Maybe I should have ironed that for you. Sorry. So I got quite a bit done on those cute little pumpkins, and I've got to get those worked back into my rotation because I haven't picked it up since the first week of May. But I thoroughly enjoyed stitching on it. It's super fun. This is, it's almost like stitching on burlap. This is an 18 count fabric, and it's stitched with the big pearl cotton floss. And let me look, I cannot remember if it's a number 5 or a number 8, in case you're curious. I wonder if it'll tell me. Let me just take a peek here. Huh, interesting. It doesn't tell me. It just says pearl cotton. So, I think it's a number 5. I think. But anyway, whatever it is. It was a kit, so I didn't have to worry about buying the pearl cotton at all. All came all put together. So that was week number 1. I stitched on Bent Creek, and that was fun. And I'd never stitched on an 18 count fabric like that, so it was really fun to stitch on that. So after Bent Creek, I went to the Scarlet House, and I stitched on this one called the Coverlet Houses. Yep, Coverlet Houses. And I tried, this one taught me 2 new skills. First time I stitched with silk on linen, and boy is that fun to do. And then I tried stitching in a diagonal. Never tried that before. That was fun too. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I just thought this would be a really good project to try that on, seeing as how it's big blocks of color. Each house is in a different color silk, so I thought, I always hear people talk about if they're going across, sometimes they worry that you can see lines where the stitching starts and stops. So I thought I'd try the diagonal and make sure I didn't have any of those lines from the stitching starting and stopping if you go all the way across and back. And looks good to me. I think it's a hit. I think it was a success. So that was Maynia number 2. The third one was also Scarlet House, and I started Autumn Alphabet. And what was new to me on this one is 40 count fabric. I stitched maybe one thing in the past on a 40 count, and it's been so long that this just felt like a brand new skill to me. And I'm stitching with 1 strand of floss over 2 on the linen, and that actually whipped up pretty quick. I think I only had 2 or 3 days of stitching, and I got quite a bit of progress done. And again, new skill, 40 count, 1 over 2. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then for my 4th start in Maynia, I jumped onto a SAL, and it is the Stitching Book Club, their Secret Garden SAL. So let me show you. So there's what it's gonna look like. This is part 1, and that's as far as I got this week. Boy, I should iron some of these. Sorry guys, that's really wrinkled. This is a really nice fabric. It's a 28 count linen, and it's in the color Chocolate Raspberry. And I have to admit, when I first heard the name of the color, I thought, Chocolate Raspberry? But you know, it's kind of a real pretty, kind of earthy color. It reminds me of nicely turned soil. Not that I'm that much of a gardener, but that's what it reminds me of, nicely turned soil. And I'm having a blast stitching on the Secret Garden SAL. And you guys, if this project appeals to you, it just started on last week on Sunday. There's plenty of time to jump in. You can find her on Instagram. Just search the Secret Garden, or you can probably search the Secret Garden SAL, or you probably find it quicker if you search for the Stitching Book Club. And it's relatively inexpensive. It's a $10 chart. It's a instant PDF download. She has included a second chart where you can just stitch from stash. So if you don't have the chocolate raspberry or you know, a comparable linen that you want to stitch it on, she gives you the opportunity to do kind of a dive into your stash and make it your own. So plenty of fun stitching is still available in the Secret Garden. We've just gotten started, and if you're looking for something fun coming up, I've heard that her next one is going to be based on Frankenstein. Won't that be something? Frankenstein! Oh my gosh, I'm all in. Put me down for Frankenstein. I can hardly wait. That just sounds like a riot. So that's my Maynia. That's my first Maynia. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will do it again. Absolutely, hands down, I will do it again. And I don't know if I would change a thing. I liked having kind of a little calm, little teeny starts once a week. That worked for me. I know others started a new project every single day. Some people started a new project every other day. Some people, they had to make so much progress on a whip, and then if they met their goal, then they could have a new start. Everybody just decided exactly how they wanted their Maynia to go, and it was so much fun to watch everybody with their projects, and I'm here for it. Let me tell you, I'm down for it. Maynia was a total blast. It was inspiring. It was kind of thrilling to think about what I wanted to start. I loved it. It was great. If it's your thing and maybe you didn't jump on it this year, think about it for next year. There's many ways to do Maynia, and you can just totally create your own Maynia and go for it. So that's what I did for my Maynia, and I'm giving it a big fat thumbs up. All right, so when I wasn't doing Maynia, what else was I doing? This week I stitched on 3 other projects. Let me get them. I want to show you what else I did. Pardon me. So, the other things that I put a little time into is I put some time into my, my Peppermint Purple Blackwork SAL. So I just finished that block last night, and I changed colors. So I only had like half of this block done. So I finished this block and I did that block. So Peppermint Purple got some love from me. And I'm starting to think about, okay, so what am I going to stitch in June? And I've got my plans already laid out. And it's been kind of fun to think about plans beyond Maynia. Now that Maynia is over, I'm feeling like I want to stitch on more things. So breaking out Peppermint Purple, that was perfect for me. The other thing that I decided I needed to put some love into is my Cardinal Points, the Long Dog SAL. So can you see that? So I've got there's a Long Dog Sampler SAL, I think is, or Long Dog Leap Day SAL, that's what it is. Erin the 2 Martini Stitcher started that in February on Leap Day. Start a Long Dog on Leap Day. So the 29th of the month, when I can remember, I stitch on my Long Dog. And this month I remembered. I actually stitched on it for 2 days, and this is where I'm at. So I got, okay, I know for sure I got this one done. That one is in Highland Heather, and it goes from a pink all the way to kind of a purple. Do you see that? Isn't that cool? Love that. And then I got these these 3 leaves put in, plus start some of that interior border, started some of that. I think I put maybe about 2 hours into this, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, there we go. Come on, YouTube, grab this for my screenshot, right? So, I put some love into my Cardinal Points. Ah, love this. Love this one also. I love all the beautiful colors that the designer selected for that. So there was that. And then last night I was sitting in the living room with my husband, and we were watching Kung Fu Panda 2. I don't know, it just seemed like the thing. I needed a Disney movie and it was on, and so we watched it, and I broke out my Jeanette Douglas Cozy into Winter, and this is where I am on this one. So I honestly, I think I only stitched about 40 minutes on it before it was time to head to bed. I did the interior of the little poinsettia, and I got this little sprig going. I think that's about it. But put some love into Jeanette Douglas. Uh-oh, pardon me. Okay, so Jeanette Douglas. I am having so much fun stitching on Jeanette Douglas, not just because of the pattern, but because of the floss. This again was a kit. It came with the flosses, and some of these are Classic Colorworks. First time I've stitched using Classic Colorworks, and man, I really like the feel of that floss. It is so silky smooth, really, really yummy to stitch with. So I gotta tell you, if I see things that are kitted up with Classic Colorworks, I'm gonna be all over them. Man, they're nice to stitch with. So Jeanette Douglas also got a little love from me this week. That's my stitching. That's what I did. Worked on the last Maynia, worked on those other 3 pieces. I got lots of good stitching in. It was a nice stitching week for me. I thoroughly enjoyed myself while I was stitching. So, now that it's June, what am I gonna do? Well, let me tell you. I broke out my 24 hours of acrostic, and I filled it all in. And this month's acrostic is, letters are day and night down the side. So I went through, filled it in. I am going to start the D for day. I'm going to do my long dog sampler. Definitely do that. I want to have a start in June. I want to start my Harbor Haven by Hands Across the Sea. So the A in day is going to be across the sea, hands across the sea. That's going to be great. I'm waiting. I usually stitch in hand, you guys. I've told you this before. It's just what I like to do. But my piece of fabric for Harbor Haven is 48 inches long. It's ginormous. And I don't think I can wrangle that much fabric. So I have ordered scroll rods. And normally you put your rods on the top and the bottom of the piece. I'm going to have to do it the other way, and I'm going to have to roll it from, end to end. I'm going to do scroll rods. I'm not figuring, I can't figure out another way to do it. I just don't think I can manage that. I thought about Q-snaps, and I actually have some Q-snaps, but the last time I used Q-snaps, my hand got really tired from gripping that, and I don't know if I, you know, had a death grip on it, but it's just that much bigger than the scroll frame, the scroll rods. So I'm gonna go back to scroll rods. I'm waiting for my delivery from Amazon with my scroll rods, and I'm gonna attach it, and I'm gonna start working on Harbor Haven. So I've got yet another great big huge project that I'm starting. Oh well. That's what makes me happy. Big projects, apparently. I'm always envious when I watch other floss tubers and they have, you know, 4 finishes in a month or whatever. And that's just not me. I apparently like to take my time. I must be a slow stitcher, and I like to start big projects. So, yeah. So there we go. Across the Bay Needle Arts and Harbor Haven. That's going to be my start. And then the Y in Day, you're a Blackwork SAL. Blackwork SAL is going to get more love this month. I'm looking forward to that. And then what I haven't showed you in quite a while, I'm kind of embarrassed. The A in And is for the April Snowflower Diary. Remember this guy? That just totally fell off my radar. So I need to finish that. So hoping for a finish on that in June. Finish that guy up. So got the April Snowflower Diaries. The N in And is going to be for Fireworks at Night. Got to get more work in on my Stone Street Stitch Works. Fireworks on the 4th. And you guys, thank you all for your comments letting me know if I should add the words or not add the words. It was interesting. It was pretty much a 50-50 split on if I should add the words, if I should not add the words. Guess what? I still haven't decided. But I'm not down to that part of the stitch. Doesn't matter. I'll figure it out when I get there. I'm gonna now that the firework is done, I get to start on the 2 buildings underneath it. Once I get the buildings done, then I'll decide about the words. So I thank you for commenting. I really do. I appreciated all your thoughtful comments about what I should do. Since I'm not to that part of the pattern, if you have thoughts and you didn't send them to me, there's still time. Okay, so after that, the D in And is going to be for Jeanette Douglas, D for Douglas, and I'm going to put more work into Cozy into Winter that I just showed you, so that'll get some love. And then for the last word for Night, I put down Night Sky Cinnamon Stars. I don't know if it's a night sky and cinnamon stars, but I wanted to stitch on it in June and I had to figure out a way to make it work. So we're gonna get a little more love into cinnamon stars. And I haven't pulled this guy out for a couple of weeks because we got mad at each other, but everything is now in the right spot. We'll get some work on cinnamon stars in June, and I'm looking forward to stitching on that guy. Okay, so then after that, for the I wrote down, I love Snapperland. It's been a while since I worked on Snapperland on this beautiful blue fabric. So this guy's gonna get some love for the I. I'm looking forward to that as well. Isn't it nice that you like all your projects? I love it when you open up one of your whips and you're like, oh, I love that one. That's why I'm stitching it. I love that one. And that's how I feel about all of these. I like all of these patterns, and I'm happy when I work on them. I'm also happy when I finish them. I need to work on that a little bit more too, right? Okay, So, after I, there's a G, and I put Secret Garden SAL. We're working on Secret Garden SAL, right? Got to finish part 1, so I'm ready to go. And then the H after that, I put down Scarlet House, H for house. And I want to work on my autumn alphabet that I showed you at the beginning. So that's going to get some work. And then the last one, the T, I totally cheated, you guys. I'm not even sure this works. I put down Bent Creek, the candy corns of mischief. I want to stitch on that too, so I had to make a way for it to fit. So the candy corns of mischief. So that is my acrostic all filled out for June. Those are the things I want to stitch on this month. And I'm happy with all of those choices. They're all going to be fun stitches, and you have to pick a goal, right? Either minutes or number of stitches, or like with Harbor Haven, you know, my goal is just to start it in June. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stitch 4 hours on each piece, a minimum of 4 hours. So we'll see if I can do it. That's my plan. I hope so. All right, the one purchase that I had this week was for fabric, and let me show you the fabric that I got. It's going to be fabulous. So I've gone on and on and on about how much I love Huckleberry Farm. And I got, oh, this is going to be crinkly, you guys. Sorry, I should have pulled it out before I started the video. I'm just going to talk really loud over the crinkling. I don't know about you, but I don't like that sound. I am the proud owner of this beautiful fabric. It is by Bestitch Me by Brandy. She hand dyes this fabric. Look how fabulous that looks. And so I've got a 36 count linen. So I'm going to be doing this probably with one strand, and I can't remember. Did I write it down? Sometimes I write it down. Yeah, I'm going to do one strand over 2 on the linen. So, I mean, look at this, you guys. She did such a great job. Now, the model is stitched on Picture This Plus Shale, right? This looks identical. Yay! I am thrilled. So, Brandy, you knocked it out of the park. Knocked it. I don't know when I'm going to start this. This might... Yeah. I'm probably going to tell myself I can't start it until I finish something. So, that will get me motivated to get more stitching in this month. Because I'm almost at whip capacity for myself. I think if I start another thing, I might freak out. So, finish something, start something. So, thank you for the fabric, Brandy. It is beautiful and it's perfect. So, that is my purchase, and that is what I've been up to, you guys. I have to tell you, it's been, like I said, a good stitching week. The sun is out. I've had nice time out in the garden. Not that weeding is my favorite thing, but I've gotten my garden back in shape just ever so slightly. I am not a vegetable gardener, I'm going to tell you right now. That is not what I mean when I say I'm in my garden. I mean, I am pulling the weeds around the roadies. I wish I was a vegetable gardener, but I am not. It is not my thing. No, let's see here. All sorts of things popped up. All right. My camera just told me it's down to 20% battery. I got to wrap this baby up, right? So, you guys, have a good week. Stitch happy. Go out and enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny where you are, and I will see you next week. Bye.